Hey, I'm Cartavius. It is time to take our shot for Shredder, and it's our time to get Leo on the free-to-play this time. Going to pull a pile of Voids and a big pile of Sacreds. I am definitely getting the Champ. I'm definitely getting the Soul. The question is whether I go ahead and get the mythical materials too and go for a relic there. So that I got to decide. I might just see how things go. And honestly, if I just pull a big pile of rares and epics and I get crap, I'll probably say screw the RNG in this game and I'm not going for the mythicals. But if I get lucky, then maybe I do. So that's nothing but a piece for a relic keeper there. So I'm going to pull 41 of these Voids. That's just I'm not pulling them all. I just think my odds are getting... Oh, we got gold. Oh, what do we get? Dude, Jingwan, son of a... Oh, you pull gold. I mean, Jingwan got buffed. So somebody tell me in the comments, maybe my thoughts on Jingwan are old, and he used to suck. I got a 20% chance, but I got no shot. But... actually pulled gold. I was on a mercy of 1 for Void Shards, so I was nowhere near mercy. That's just a pure luck pull, so that's good. I don't have him, that's good. He's a new Void Legendary, that's good. But he used to suck. But maybe that buff was good. Well, I just went through the kit, so I'd save you some time. Actually, I think this guy's pretty good after the buff. So he's got an HP in all battles aura, which is good because it's not limited to certain content, and that's a good percent. And he is an HP-based dealer, so that's a buff it's an aura for himself. He's got a passive. He is immune to all the CC stuff, including sheep. And then at the end of each enemy or ally turn, that's every single enemy or ally turn, removes all fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, petrification, including sheep, from all allies. At the end of every enemy and ally turn, he strips the control from everybody on the team. Damn, that's good.
Hey, before we go on, click the link in the description right now, and you can get the great legendary poisoner, Narma, along with 3 epics. You get Anax, Mausoleum Mage, and the best epic in the game, Uugo, as you progress. All you have to do is follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out Play and Play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid, complete the tutorial. And step 4, go to your inbox, Narma's there waiting. These 4 free champions will give you an insane head start in raid, so click on that link before it expires.
And places a block debuff buff for 1 turn on allies who have the buffs removed. That's a really good Oh, it's out of cooldown. Crap. Oh, I was so excited. That's a 4-turn cooldown. Well, it was really good when I first read it. Dang. So 4-turn cooldown, I guess that's helpful, but dang, that would have been so good if that had a shorter cooldown at least, or at least one of his turns, but 4-turn cooldown. So that's useful, but man, Shamail does it on every single... Shamail instantly removes fear from every ally the whole fight. So he only does it on a 4-turn cooldown? All right, what else does he do? Attacks all enemies 2 times, so a double AoE, that is good. The first hit has a 100% chance when booked of removing all buffs from all enemies. He's got a second hit's got an 80% chance of placing a decreased accuracy, which is 100%, and decreased crit damage. So the enemy's gonna have a harder time landing debuffs and do less damage. So for PvE, you'd rather that be crit rate. Well, anywhere you'd rather that be crit rate. So decreased crit damage, less exciting. And puts a strength on all allies. So he does, boosts your defense by 25%, removes all the buffs from the enemies, doesn't put up block buffs though, so that's not as helpful. And he's got an AoE with a 100% chance when booked of increasing the duration of all debuffs on all enemies by a turn on a 3-turn cooldown, and puts block active skills and block buffs. So there's his block buffs. They're on different skills, which is a little weird to me because I'd rather remove the buffs and put up block buffs instead of those being 2 different turns. Because if you put up the block buffs, then you don't have any buffs to remove. If you put the buffs, but then you got to wait to cycle back around, can't they just put them back up? So I don't like those 2 things not being on the same skill. But in a vacuum, he does have block active skills, block buffs. He does do a full cleanse. He puts decreased accuracy, decreased crit damage, puts strengthen on the team. Periodically, he'll remove some control and put up block debuffs on your team. And he transfers all debuffs to this champion to the target. You got to build accuracy for that to happen, which he needs in his kit anyway. 50% chance to stun that one enemy. So it's a pretty interesting kit. Total books are 3, 7, 10, 12 books. And I do not have books for champ. So that's a little frustrating. And you put 2 books into a passive just to take it to a 4-turn cooldown. So those books, I don't know, that's kind of frustrating. So useful kit, Shadowkin. All right, Void Legendary. So not the one I'd want, but he's the one I got, and he does have a useful kit, it looks like. So it's definitely, there are worse Void Legendaries for sure. There's others I'd rather have. Shredder to get the mythical relic, but all right, our odds of pulling another gold are astronomically low. But we did get a couple epics there. Well, I get my first Thorn Golem that I actually get to keep this time, since I obviously fused all the ones I got, so that didn't take long. But he does a leech and fear and decreased accuracy, counterattacks, increased defense. So it's an interesting kit. I don't think it's great, but it's an interesting kit. All right, I don't know if that was 30 or 40. Let me go check. I think that was 30. Well, maybe I'm pulling too many. We'll see. All right, come on. I guess I'm not expecting their gold, so I'm just pulling shards at this point. Let's see what we get. Probably all rares. So be it. At least they don't have to be epics. Frenzy the Crackler. Another Bellower. All right, I do need to pull the one. And then we need to go pull 36 Sacred Shards if I pulled 41 Voids there. If I pulled 50, then I don't. But I definitely need 36 Sacred Shards. All right. There's probably a lot of legendaries I'd rather have than these champs. I already have all three of these guys. I could use these to empower. I have an extra Corvus already, actually, so I might as well grab a second Donnie because I do think 2 Donnies can have benefits. I'm nowhere near Mercy on Sacreds either, so conceivably, you can actually pull 36 Sacred Shards and not get gold. That's how bad the Mercy is on Sacred Shards. It is horrific. Sepulchre Sentinel I already have. She's interesting. I don't really use her much. Galcut, I think that's the guy that does bombs, but I'll never probably use him. Actually, I think some people use him in Curse City. Bloodfeather, she's probably never used. Come on, give me something. I would like to just get one thing out of these gold shards that I'm excited to get and would love to build. That actually might be Zargala. She's an epic, but Zargala is actually really good. She hits hard. She's used in Curse City, does an AoE decreased defense. It's on a crappy turn, 4-turn cooldown, but she gets an extra turn on a skill. Instantly activates Crack Armor if target's killed by this attack, which that's her decreased defense skill. So she's got a weaken. She's got a good kit, and she hits hard, so she's somebody I would definitely use in Curse City and probably improve that faction for me. And would be used in Faction Wars hard. Aishma, see using her. I think she was a Mikage piece. Thenacel. He used to be good back in the day, but I don't know that anybody builds him anymore. Basculus. Basculus is one I will end up building. I think I already have him, but this guy hits like a truck, and he's got the ability to revive himself on a 6-turn cooldown, but it does come back, and he comes back up and puts a block damage on himself. So he's one that I've built on my main for Curse City, and I do use him. So he's a fun champ. I like the design for him. All right, we got gold. What do we get? Come on. War Chief. Kind of hoping I get one of those golds. You'd be like, yeah, but War Chief. So is that the one that does does the Scarab boss really well, though? Maybe I should be excited. Let me find out. So he does the increased accuracy. No, he's not the Scarab guy. I think he's not very good, actually. So I just looked him up on Hell Hades' site, and he is a 3. He did get a small buff, so I'm pulling buffed champs, but he got one of the crappy buffs. They do some nice buffs for champs and make them great, like Tomb Lord, and then they do these little mini buffs that are just crap. So he got a mini buff. So he's got the one place he's good is the Magma Dragon, but once they put Wixwell out, that makes anybody else who does Magma Dragon kind of useless because Wixwell does, he's the best for Magma Dragon. So he could be a second Hydra champ maybe for Provoke, but I got Molly on the account and I got Wixwell. So I'd rather use those. So each champ's got a Provoke on the A1. He's got a Provoke on the A2. Steals 2 random buffs on a single target. When you ascend it, steals all buffs on the target. Places a Provoke for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So I guess that is a really good Provoke skill on a single target Provoker. So if you wanted to put him on a 100 team, he's only bringing a shield and Provoke, though. There's nothing else in the kit. So he puts a shield on the team, increases his defense, heals the ally when they're hit. So he does heals and shield and Provoke. So are you going to give him a spot on a Hydra team just for that? I mean, I've got teams that have done really good work in Hydra, and I don't even have a Provoker on the team. So for value over replacement, I just don't know that you put him on there. But 3-turn Provoke, and he's going to be forced too, and he attacks the enemy. So he could weak hit and then not get that turn back. So yeah, I'm going to take Molly and Wixwell over him for sure. All right, well, that was gold that I wasn't expecting. So there's that. you know, it wasn't like it burned my mercy. But yeah, that is lackluster. I mean, I'd rather build Trombora than him. Well, we didn't get that champ other than Zargala. So far, our epic is probably my most exciting. Jingwan, actually, I think, looks interesting to build. Anchorite's actually a good champ. He increases the duration of buffs on your team, so he's one of the people that can go on the Mixwell team. Volgoth is a very good epic, so he's got this whenever he gets champs, he heals everybody. You build him slow, you build him with high HP and low defense, and just let him take hits, and he just heals your team just by standing there and taking hits. He's a really good epic. And he also does a provoke, so AoE. Hoferes, he's actually a pretty good... I think he got buffed, actually, strangely enough, as an epic. So he's got revives 2 random allies. So if you need a reviver and skinwalkers, Hoferes is actually very useful. Galcut, we've seen you already. Keep on moving here. Yellow Gurn. All right, I better see where I'm at. We got a ways to go. This takes a lot of silver, actually. I wasn't paying attention to that. Arwood, Quivergrass. Don't even know what she does. I don't really care right now. Come on. Chernoro from the Shadowkin. All right, we got 2 gold, 1 avoid legendary, so really complain? Gorgrab Undead, AoE Reviver. He's quite useful in that faction and probably will end up building for hard faction wars because I bet a Reviver is going to be necessary for that. Fenax is fantastic. I do have him built on this account. He's one of my 6 stars. That A1 is really his claim to fame, and he just hits like a truck. He can kill people with that A1. It's really good. Love to get a 6-star soul on him. Hexia, not worth building. Come on, give me more gold. Gotta get more gold than that. Give me 1 more gold at least. Pan the Bowhorn. Come on. Gold, gold, there's gold. Come on, give me something exciting. Michinaki, yeah, that's a good one. I'll take that. Hell yeah. It's kind of funny to say hell yeah with the guy with the glowing green head, right? But Michinaki is very good. So he is excellent. That is a very nice pull on this account. I'm definitely happy with that one. That's one to be excited for. So I got a book problem for legendaries, but he's got 4, 9, 11 books on this guy, but he is worth building. So, I mean, he's just got a really good kit. So anytime, whenever an ally is under Hex, attacks an enemy under Hex, whenever an ally attacks an enemy under Hex, he can join the attack. So you don't have to build him fast, per se, to have him do damage, because he will get a lot of his A1s in. And his A1s have a chance of placing HP burn. So he can get burn up on a lot of enemies, and he's really good in Hydra for that, because he's putting HP burns out there. And that A1 actually does a good amount of damage, too. So it's a strong hit. It puts HP burn out there. He's defense-based, so he's easier to keep alive. And he joins in a lot of attacks. So just simply the passive and the A1 make him useful. But he throws an AoE decreased defense and an AoE decreased attack on when there's enemies under Hex on his A2. So I got an AoE decreased defense. I get the AoE decreased attack if they're under Hex. And he's got the Hex on his 3rd skill. Oh, and he hits them 2 times with an AoE, and he removes all their buffs from each target. So there is affinity done here, because that's an attack. So if he's magic, he can weak hit. But he can, he's got a good shot to remove the buffs. He can put Hex up. Then he's got decreased defense, decreased attack, HP burn. He joins attacks. So on my main account, I built mine really slow, but with really high damage. And my team speeds him up. And if you put him in the lead even, with certain champs that can boost turn meters of the leader, it's just, yeah, he's really good. So that's actually in defense in all battles by 30%. Even got a good aura. So that's a fantastic pull. I am definitely pleased with the Michinaki. So you got Jingwan, you got Michinaki, and you got both useful and, him great. And you got War Chief. Stag Knight, great epic champ. Decreased attack, decreased defense on him. He's got an A1 that decreases speed. I already have him built on my account. He's very good. Woad Painted, if you don't know about Woad, she is an excellent healer. So I used her in a Sand Devil 25 team for a long time just because she's got this ability to remove buffs and heal. It looks like a single target heal, but she boosts the whole team's heals. She's one of the best healers in the game, and she's an epic. She is really good for that. Kryuden, very good. Fire Knight, Waves. I've already got a bunch of them on this account, just never built them yet. All right, we need to get down to 42, so we're still pulling Ruella, another good epic. So we're definitely getting good epics here. A lot of those I've already got on the account, I just haven't built, so I'm not as excited to pull them. Narok's Blackhorn, I have no idea what he even does. Provoke, reflect damage, ally attack, counter attack, decrease speed. I'm seeing a whole lot of those on there. I'm going to have to take a look at that guy and see what he does. That looked interesting. Those were a lot of green terms that made a lot of sense. Crimson Helm, she used to be a Bommel. She can do Bommel 90, but solo, but you got a manual in it. It takes a long time, so I don't know if I've beaten. I've got Annabelle built for Bommel 90, but I honestly can't remember if I actually beat that. I think I did. Drake, he is useless. Oh, I am really happy to get Mishinaki, though. Bergolf the Malformed. I'm actually out of space. I'm just going to go make sure I'm doing okay on points. All right, we do still have a ways to go, so we will summon these into the reserve vault. Oh, man, I would come on. Just give me, I'd love to get one more gold. I know I shouldn't expect it, but I'd still like to just beat the odds and give me one more gold. Come on. Warden and Horden, everything that rhymes with N. Another epic. Oh, we are on a streak of crappy epics here. Come on, crappy epics. Give me gold. Give me gold. Did we just get those back to back? That couldn't have been back to back. Maybe I'm just seeing things now. Oh, come on. That is a real stretch of bad gold there. Come on, give me one more. One more, last one. Hey. All right, let me go see how we're doing in the path here. All right, we need to we'll get those. We'll grab a key. I think I actually want those because this account doesn't have as many of those. All right, we got 2 keys. Then we need to come down here, grab a 4-star chicken, which is not too exciting. Coins. Those coins are actually good. Lego book I need, but I would rather not have spent it. All right, we got Leo. Welcome to the team, Leo. All right, that is good. So now we still have a pile of points. We need to come down the right side and get the soul. So we'll have Leo with the 5-star soul. Man, I can't wait to build him. When is the PRCVC? Hey. All right, we got the champ. So we got the champ and the soul. So now here's the big decision point. Do I come here and grab 30,000 of these relic materials, guaranteed to get a legendary relic, 20% chance, which is just, come on, at least make that 50-50. 20% chance to get a relic, mythical relic, but you got to open 39,000 points worth. My main, I came down, took the book, and took both these because I had a pile of shards. But this account, I can't buy shards, and I wouldn't buy sacreds anyway. Let me contemplate my life. I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to go for it. I figure you don't get to this spot often. I'm not going to take the book. I'm going to go for the barrel and then take the 2 5-star chicken. But I'm going to come and take these. I am going to go for it. So, all right, 9 more of these. Just give me 1 gold to make me feel good about this. 1 gold to make me feel good about it. Don't give me 9 epics. That's all I'm asking. Taragi the Frog is a great epic. Already have him on the account, haven't built him. Karam, not worth talking about. Come on, give me 1 gold out of these. Then I'll feel good about doing this, probably. Depends on the gold, maybe. Siege Hulk, big monster dude. That is a squishy boy. Decreased defense. Gold, cool, we got gold. Come on, give me something good. Helicat, yeah, that's a great one. Ooh, I feel good about making this. All right, I got a Wixwell team, but Helicat, so I don't need him for Iron Twins and Clan Boss where he's been helpful. So I think maybe I go PvP with him maybe. But Helicath is a great champ still. Decreased allied defense in all battles by 30%. He's got a A3, which puts block damage up for 2 turns and puts increased defense when it gets pulled away. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. He puts up a shield, which is a good shield, and actually this skill hits. So when he puts the shield up and it does an AoE, it actually is a pretty good AoE. I mean, he can hit with that. And it's proportional to his defense, and he's a defense-based champ. He puts out a weaken, and his A1 ignores shield and block damage. So I've seen him kill people with that A1. And the A1 hits hard, it ignores shield and block damage, and his passive, anytime a ally under block damage gets attacked, he will counterattack. So if Mortu's in the fight, be careful with that. But for a lot of enemies, that's, for a lot of battles, that actually does a lot of damage. So that's a really nice pool. It's kind of a unique one where I'll have to figure out where I use him, but he's definitely a good champ to build. Man, has anybody got some Lego books I can borrow? I'd really appreciate it. All right, I lost track of how many that was, and I didn't write it down. I know I needed 9 more. All right, I think I need 5 more of these. All right, so the rest of these should be epics. No way we're pulling another gold. So this has already been to get Jingwan, Michinaki, and Helicath, I can't ask for more than that. I'm really happy. And Leo. Those are 3 awesome champs. 1 probably really good champ in Jingwan, and then War Chief. Yeah, I got a War Chief. All right, let me go see Husk again. We're going to make a +4 Husk by the time this is done. And Swords Master, we have got to take barrels, which I've never used. We'll take those guys. Where are we at? So we are One sacred short, basically. All right, let me go pull one more. You know what? Instead of pulling one more sacred, that would actually put me over. I'm going to take my shot at Shredder here with 3 void shards. Maybe 4, actually. I might need a 4th. That's White Dryad Nia. She's a very good epic. I don't know if I actually had her. I just blew by her, but she's a very good epic, actually. I think I had her. All right, so that made me... Let me go see the math again. All right, 1 ancient shard. Chance for glory. No. All right, that leaves me 15126. We get second mythical. All right, that's it. So we got those. Now the question is, do I go pull craft the mythical relics? So I've got 200 of these. You can't see that, but if I move me, I got 200 mythicals. So I've been hearing about the fact that they could come boost the odds of getting these. I mean, it was in the future Q&A with the content creators. That could be 2 years from now, though. Screw it, I'm going for it. Let's pull one of these. All right, we have a whopping 20% chance to get a mythical. And it could be from the standard or it could be from this event group. Come on. Scared. I'm like nervous. Come on. Give me mythical. Give me mythical. I got gold. Wand of Submission. Hey, that's a good relic at least. It's legendary. It's Wand of Submission. That's a good thing to have. I don't have enough on this account. So definitely a good one to get. But man, I certainly would. All right. So here's the one I just pulled a bunch of shards for because you would say that one I already had. Come on. Give me mythical. Give me mythical. Dang. So do you feel like it was worth the gamble when you don't get it, or is it only if you get it? I mean, that's 20% chances. Yeah, then you feel like, man, you're excited to get the champs. Now you're disappointed. 30% chance to get an extra turn when returning from sheep. I mean, I just don't even know who you use that on. I guess it will unlock speed at level 15, so that one's disappointing. Man, so if you pull all the legendaries, you have a 0.5% chance of mythical. Give me my epic. Yeah, St. Vavir's tribute. Well, that was disappointing, I have to admit. So it takes a little bit of downer off to go pull 2 relic chances and just get... Wand of Submission was good. So anyway, really good pull session for the shards. I mean, those are some really good quality champs, and quantity was not bad. So hopefully you had luck, but that definitely takes care of it for me. I've got Leo on the account. I got Leo in the inbox. Hopefully I get him out in 99 days so he doesn't go away. Hey, if you made it this far, I really love you. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and have a great day. Thanks.